Andreas Rowe from Tesla Owners US. I'm going to the Glendale Service Center today, and there are some things what I need to check. The door alignment on the driver's side, and also the seats on the middle row. They don't automatically slide up forward and backward when someone else wants to enter. It's an easy entry for the rear row of the Model X, and that's what I'm gonna check.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight.
The additional problems are with the parking sensors in the front, and I'm wondering if that's caused by the foil and by the vinyl and PPF foil of that the parking sensors don't go, or what the problem is. And also the blinker is not working on the side. If there's a missing contact or something, that needs to be checked as well. I'm gonna arrive soon. I hope that I get a loaner. If not, I have to call my wife to pick me up. Yeah, I really got a loaner. Thank you very much, Tesla. And they said they have the car ready at the end of the day. We hope so. If not, then I have to take the loaner for another day. But that's okay as well. So I think that's a Performance Model 3, what I got here. We find out, I give you more information about that. So let's see what's coming out of that. Hey, look at this, full self-driving. So I entered my home address and it's going to my home. And let's see what the system does in full self-driving. So far it's driving pretty good, actually. I had to reduce the speed here because there are a state trooper just next to me. And it did this one well, I guess. Yeah, full self-driving. Let's see if it gets me home safe. Yeah, hello, we are back and we are picking up our Model X now, and that was kind of an assumption from me already, because the double foil has blocked, funnily, 2 parking sensors, and the other parking sensor 5 and 9, and the other parking sensors were fine. So they checked the parking sensors, had to take it out. While they take it out, it got stuck, the sensor on it. While that happened, they destroyed the sensors, and then they had to put new sensors in there. So when they put the new sensors in there, then what happened there is they said we had to put new sensors in, past the labor. That was not our fault, that was not on warranty. I have to pay $470 now for that. So basically that's a little bit critical. If you are covering sensors, especially double, then the sensor might work or might not work. So the funny thing is, why are the other sensors which are covered still working, and why sensor 5 and 9 is not working? That's the question. So now I'm gonna pick up the car now with them, and let's see what they're saying, and then we do another recording after that. Yeah, third attempt, or third day, second attempt. I want to receive my Model X, and you know that the problem is with the sensors, sensor number 5 and 9. So they did not remove the foil or anything, and they said that this is all being caused by the foil. So what I asked them to do is, can you give me, and they didn't want to do it for myself because they want me to do it. So can you give me a cutter knife, a blade from a cutter knife? So I got a blade from a cutter knife, and then I cut out the sensor or the foil on the sensor. And this way I can check if the problem was from the foil on top of the sensor or if the sensor was defect. So now today the invoice reduced by half about. Maybe one was from the sensor and the other one was from the foil. All other ones were all working fine. So only those two sensors didn't work. Now the car is ready. I paid my bill online. Everything is fine. I'm gonna bring back the car, the loaner, and then I'm gonna find out what is the problem. So, and I'm gonna let you know when I receive the car. Will be in the new car. Hello, we are back. This is the third time I received the car because I had 3 times complaints about that. Now we have an expert here, a real expert, not the guys who are from Tesla there. And we talked about the issues what they had. So the seats got automatically coming up and down. They fixed that. There was probably some carpet in the way or whatever, right? So now with the sensors. So for example, this sensor here, as you see it, that is a problem, right? So, and the first time I come in, then I got a knife, I cut it out, and it said to me, the sensor was destroyed by the vinyl foil, by the glue of the foil.
Yep.
And I don't believe it. JJ doesn't believe it either.
No.
It cannot be destroyed by that. So that should be really going on warranty. It didn't go on warranty, so I had to pay for that. So what the heck? I want to get the car. Next one is the Falcon Wing door. So if you see it from here, there's a whole bunch of difference, and we can measure that. Do you have that measure device still there? We could measure that. How much is that?
2 millimeters.
2 millimeters. 2 millimeters difference here. If you see it from here. Yeah. And I said, hey, bring it down a little bit. And they said, oh, we cannot bring it down. It's within the body line. So asking the real expert again here. So he said, no, you can bring it down. Now the consequence will be, automatic door, that it will come closer here at the end here, right? Okay, I'm gonna accept that. I'm gonna accept that there are gaps, but I really want to have that down because that looks really not good, right?
Yeah.
And JJ can do it, so we're gonna have probably JJ doing it. Today we have to do something else. And the front sensors is the same thing. So what they notice, I cut the sensor 5 out. This is, you see this one. And at the end, when they did a test drive, they got the sensor 4 also making a problem, said, oh, it's not reacting. So they were reading and not reading it. And then they did it for themselves. They cut that out, took the foil off, and then said, oh, sensor wasn't working, now it's working. So that's how they described it in the repair. Mm-hmm. So I paid for one sensor and for probably half an hour labor or so to replace that sensor. This one, they couldn't fix that either. So to get the bumper closer to it, so I think there's a screw here that holds it, right, probably, yeah, and they couldn't put the bumper closer. Can we or can we not, is a question, right?
Depends on how they have that held on now.
Oh, okay.
I can look at it for sure.
We can look at that, yeah. So we get the real expert looking at that and not at the beginners there for the service center. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, I put a little dig on that here because sensors aren't working, drive in the garage and hit something. Yeah, okay, can't change it. Yeah, that is the end result of the Tesla warranty service where I have to pay for. So right, that was not a good idea. So, and now every time I have changed something, it goes on my complaint because, yeah, I put glue or I put a foil on the sensor and now I destroyed the sensor. That's my problem, right? And can we measure that sensor if that's still working or not working, or Can we reconnect it, or can I get someone else? Can I get Gruber to measure the sensor if the sensor is working?
I don't know. I don't
No.
know how you would measure ultrasonics.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you have to tell me what. Should I leave them out here so that I have the black dots around the car? Or should I cover them with vinyl like I did it with the T? That was black before. I covered it with vinyl. That's glossy and that is non-glossy. So it doesn't make a difference. Probably you won't see it. So what do you think? You will leave it out or you would cover it? Huh?
It's
What's
hard
your
to say.
opinion?
Yeah. Operationally, I would cut them out.
Operationally, you would cut them out.
Yeah.
My wife said, "Oh, I don't mind." And there are some nice dots on the car. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, I would cover them, but
Yeah.
operationally I think operational is more important
Yeah.
than the aesthetic.
Yeah. And you guys tell us, hey, what's more important? Give me some opinion about if I should cut them out or not. All right, write it in the comments. So the next project is that we adjust the Falcon wing door for ourselves because Tesla refuses that service. And JJ told me that we can do that, and we're gonna do that. Now JJ adjusts the doors because Tesla refused to. Right? So you are okay with that? If Tesla refuses work, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we have to rip those pieces there apart and then adjust the stoppers on that side. And I think we can do that. Yeah, you see these ones coming off, and here are stoppers on that side and on the other side here. Yeah, okay. Probably I converted to a customer, but usually Tesla does not have customers, they have only test drivers and fans. So I converted to a customer, or had this request, and if I want to get something done and it's possible, I do it. So it's no matter what the problem comes, and JJ is the perfect person to do that. He has to take that off there, those pieces, and he does it. Okay, that doesn't sound good, and we might do some clips, JJ told me, but what you gotta do, you gotta do.
Yep.
There's another piece on the side what we have to remove as well.
And then we're gonna pull off
This section as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
The brace. All to get to that bump stop. That's what we need to get to.
Now the difference is that JJ is an excellent technician, and there are some technicians that try to do shortcuts and they say, oh yeah, this is in spec. It's not in spec, for JJ it's not in spec, but you know, you have to have a certain attitude to do perfect work. And if you don't have that, then this is the result. The quality is then not perfect. So, but that's why I'm going to JJ, because the quality is perfect. And now we have to take this one piece out here in order just to come to this stopper here on this side. Okay, now that piece is off.
So when you also get the last piece, then you get to the bolts which are holding the stopper. There are two bolts there, and on top, on the bottom, and you gotta loosen those bolts, and then you can start with the adjustment to that. And basically, you manually operate the door, and then you go through the window in order to do the adjustment. And that's what JJ is doing now.
Close it a little bit.
If you want to manually move a door,
Yeah,
you have to we call it a double tap. So you double tap on the hinge,
yeah,
and that will basically tell the motor that you're trying to manually move it. So right now I have the upper hinge loose or
Yeah.
moving manually.
yeah.
So I want to move this hinge because I want the bottom of the door to swing out a little bit. So we're going to double tap it, and then I should be able to pull out on the bottom of the door. Because basically I just want to manually close it.
That looks much better. Really? There's almost no difference anymore from here.
Yep.
And this is even not bad. The gap in between there.
Not bad at all.
That was done. That's done now.
All there is to it.
Tesla
Yeah,
refused
see,
to.
that line right there is better now too.
And that line is. This is really the body line is better. And this one is better too.
This is a little bit off. Just a touch though.
Just a touch. But that's how it needs to be done.
That's it.
Okay.
It's not that hard. So,
Dumb asses. Sorry. Now through the window, JJ is putting the brackets closer to or the 10mm screws
Yep.
for that bracket closer and tighten it up. And then after that, we might have to, the lower portion of that, we have to adjust it, right?
already did.
You already did? Yeah, and the lower portion. And then we can open the door automatically and close it automatically. And then let's see how it comes up. Okay. Now tighten that up a little bit more.
Just make sure they're snug.
You know what? I like to drive to Tesla and said, hey, look, suckers, this is how it's been done. Right?
Took us all of 20 minutes.
Yeah. Good.
Better?
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna bring this bump stop out a little bit.
We could put it a tiny bit more down, or what do you think?
We can try.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But it's perfect. This is how I would accept it, right?
Yeah.
This alignment, this one for the both door things. I would notice there's a very tiny 0.5 millimeter.
Yeah.
But what the heck?
Yeah.
That is important there
Right.
for me,
Yep.
right? That's closing correctly.
Whatever's most important for you. That's
Yeah.
what matters. So this is, since we brought this down, this is still stepped a little bit,
Yeah,
and that's what that bump stop in the corner is for.
yeah.
So bring that out just a little bit more. These are not difficult adjustments. Just take time. People don't like body fits.
Yes. Now it's no, and the body line is still good.
Yep.
They said to me that this destroys the body line if we make too much adjustment. No, it's fine.
No, it's good.
It's good. You just need to know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, it's even still off a little bit, but
Huh? Fine.
that's about the most we can get out of it. So.
Okay, let's put it back together.
Yep.
And now put it all back together. Magnetic.
Yeah. On the early Model X, all this trim was metal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like an aluminum sheet wrapped around plastic trim, and it's a pain in the butt because if you were doing that screw
Yeah.
and you have to run high torque because the threads are really really tight.
Yeah.
So if you're running high torque and you're not paying attention, when it actually gets tight, a lot of guys would send the battery of their screw gun into the metal right there and dent it.
Oh. Then you have to replace that part as well.
Yep.
So then they made it plastic, yeah?
Yep. And then a lot of guys, they would replace it, And this trim, because of how long it is and how it has to fit, is actually really hard to actually seat up here at the top. So they would hit it with their hand, and they would
Then
dents.
dent it again.
Yep. But that's why, see how close it is?
Yes.
That's why I usually back my screw gun up. Release the tension so I can get it off there.
So the clips need to be put back on correctly so that they are on, down, all of them, which got off. Yeah. Okay, clip it on again. And that needs to be really adjusted because we found a fault there. One of the clips was not right and they just bent it over. And that was it. Let's see that how it looks from the back side. Okay. That goes in the window, yeah. Ah, that's in. On the other side, it doesn't look in. Yeah, good.
There we go.
All in. Texas holding.
Yeah.
Okay, now we come to the end of the Falcon wing doors and all of the other little problems what I complained. First of all, what we think is they try to get away with the warranty repair for that sensor, because I don't believe that the foil on top of that is influencing the sensor, right? So, and JJ doesn't believe that either. I don't want to fight them, but I want to show them the Falcon wing. Finally, PS, I drove back to Tesla and said, hey, this is how it needs to be done. So if a customer is not satisfied with that, don't tell them it's all in specs and all in line and so on. It's not. It can be done better. And don't tell me it cannot be done. It can be done. You're doing awesome things, but you can do that as well. So I showed them the technician. He should watch our YouTube channel so that he knows the next time how a door can be adjusted. That's it. Because if you see that now, it's perfectly adjusted. And he was actually the guy, if the customer were not happy with the Falcon wing doors, they sent him out, give him a day for that with the customer and said, what do you want me to do now? What do you want me to do now? And he knows exactly the things, how to do it and how to adjust the door. And it was snappy, fast. So for the other technician, they need to learn a little bit better and learn a little bit more. Maybe you can teach them. No. Okay, that was all.
Back to Tesla.
Subscribe to the channel and see you next time. Bye-bye.